into game number 1 we go. Flamers versus Penta. Not the scheduled game, but
no, it wasn't.
An exciting one all the same. Sifu versus TCM, if you're looking for that, will take place on the second stream as soon as Sisu are ready, but they are having some technical issues right now, and it may be a little bit of delay. So, here we have it. Penta starting defense, still choosing who they want. We've of course seen Flamers run a very standard Fantastic 5 for the attack, but this is where a lot of people are thinking, is Buck viable now? Is he worth a swap out for whether it be Twitch or Sledge seem to be the two go-tos?
Yeah, I think...
This time around they've decided no.
No, I think the devs will be happy if a team does pick it though, after the bow.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to universally agree that, yeah, it's a nice change, but he's still not still no better than Buck, because, than Sledge, because Sledge has grenades. And grenades, especially attacking this basement area, are incredible. Because you can get the long throws and get it away from your guys, but they are then pinned into very small spaces in which grenades can be incredibly strong. There are other maps like the bar section on Clubhouse. Grenades are less powerful because it's so big and spread out, and it's easy for people to sprint away from these grenades. So seeing Sledge here over Buck doesn't surprise me one bit.
As we said, they have gone to the bottom. I mean, it was no brainer really.
No Frostspring brought in, which is a little bit interesting, because she was very, very good defending exactly here where Rendir is in the previous patches. Her shotgun change will not have changed that fact. This is purely Penta and Rendir, I suspect, preferring the pulse play.
I like how the smoke and pulse are staying around here though. He's giving the intel, and then he can throw the bombs. The smoke grenades.
Sees one person up and above them, they're using that heartbeat sensor. And now they're going to hear that go off. Sai, right at the bottom of the stairs, is facing a very, very patient game, but does get spotted by the drone. In the tunnel, Twitch is there, and they realize that they sound like they have that on lockdown. They are not going to go anywhere near that and back away. Still edging his way down. He has nowhere to back out to right now. His team are no longer pushing it.
I think they just left one there.
She's droning and being there. One smoke charge has been used up. That's nicely already. Seeing a lot of teams. Oh, Elation peeks a little bit too far up from the tunnel. Pengu takes his head clean off. Firing into there actually from the A-bomb site. QB now still making a lot of noise running around in this metal detector. And as a result is expending a second smoke charge, but not getting a whole lot for it. Peak taking a lot of damage here on the top floor, has been fighting with Jaeger. Did down him, but I don't think he realizes this. Now he does. QB comes around behind and finishes him off. Make sure they get that kill traded back. And the freedom to run around on this top floor a little bit more. But they've used up 2 minutes of their time and not made any real progress towards the objective, other than figuring out there's at least 2 people in this area covering the A-bomb.
Doing a good job there, them two.
Yep, holding tightly. And they've got the Rook support from the A-bomb as well. Now the rest of Flamers are looking to make a different route in. Torok is back down at the bottom of this stairwell. Boros blowing a trapdoor. And the rest of his team still double checking drones. Rendir gets spotted on a drone. Peeks straight through to it. Tags Thatcher a little bit. Another flashbang goes out. Go make use of it. It goes off. Looking to try and grab Rendir. The grenade goes in. Does down Pulse, but immediately he's killed off from the inside by that Rook. Oh, sorry, by that smoke that's covering the angle. Boros will return, finish off Rendir, but he of course was already down. That's not a big tough thing to do.
Time's getting a bit low.
Sai here inside the A-bomb. 20 seconds on the clock. Has the diffuser right outside of him. Boros comes around the corner. Tag is there, but no full kill. Now he goes around with the SMG. Does get it down, and then is finished off himself. QB. He's got to get inside. Diffuser is going down, but he's sprinting straight in. They cannot stop it. And Sai picks up that kill onto Peak, who was already down. Pengu finishing Boros off because there was no one there to cover his plant. Didn't have the time to get Ash up. And it is a round number 1 for Penta.
If they had one person looking through that door while he were planting, he could have got that down.
Yeah, he just unfortunately didn't have the time to get Ash up. Ash could have held that door while he got the plant down, and they would have been a different round. But Smoke with the very, very aggressive play. Didn't get that first headshot thanks to the slightly changed recoil on the SMG-11, but ultimately did his job all the same. played it so aggressive, did a lot of damage, held them further back again, and allowed the plant to be stopped. So, round number 1 goes to Penta.
Gone with a Frost as well, if you noticed.
But I do now. Yep. So Frost there on defense instead of Pulse here for dat fLAM3RS. A little bit more familiar, and they have also gone Bandit. So, slightly different ones, but again using them in very, very similar fashion. You see, I imagine Frost holding that stairwell, maybe with a Bandit support, trying to lock them out.
Very usual players though. Interesting that Penta didn't do that. They didn't have someone on there, that's why the sledge could push. But it didn't seem to cause too much of an issue.
No, yeah, I mean they locked. Yes, he got into the stairwell, but they locked him in the stairwell and he couldn't go any further. So. And
as soon as he came out, he got shot by smoke, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, they didn't go so far forward, but they still held it very, very tightly.
Always make a little doorway. Yeah, it looks like he is going to go in this position.
Yeah. We did see some big play from people here.
Yeah, we have. I mean, it's the perfect place for Frost in it, so it makes sense. Really tight corridor.
So, holding in the angle, but he's actually holding inside of it too. Which can get a little bit hairy. Elation's still running around upstairs. Or downstairs rather. Putting a couple. Here comes that garage plate. Peak sees Crip's feet though. Crip realizing that he is not getting in there. And turns to move elsewhere. Inside come the rest of Penta. Boros has exchanged a couple of shots already with a couple of approaching members of Penta. Pengu running around the diffuser at the top of the stairwell. Boros playing very, very aggressively forward. Waiting for him to come around the corner.
Do you think it hurt him? Oh, they've got to scout him anyway. Oh.
Yeah, turn him. He turns to try and run down the stairs. Straight
keep
back
cool,
up.
Man. Keep it cool. You're still in a really good position, even though they know you're there.
EMP incoming.
Still just waiting, hoping he gets aggressive and peeks out. Crip is clearing the floor above. They have blown this trapdoor above A and are grenading down into it, but not doing too much damage. Good hold by fLAM3RS at the moment, keeping them out. Frost has decided to back away from the stairs. She's done her job, keeping them out of there for 2 minutes. Now it's going to go back up to somewhere where she has support from the rest of her team. A little bit closer to the bomb site. Holding tight. Penta ultimately being a lot slower than I expected them to be here. Still upstairs, still peeking in and grenading in through trapdoors. Now they're coming down the stairwell. Oh, Boros sprints straight into Pengu's crosshairs.
Yeah. Don't know if I agree with Frost going out of that position.
I'm not entirely sure why he was pushing so aggressively. All he had to do was hide in the corner. I know there was a drone there, but why sprint around the corner? Not to matter. QB answers by taking down Crip further upstairs. Fuses on Pengu. He's now close. Turok getting sprayed at the feet by Sight.
Just delaying the push there. They've got 25 seconds.
Yep, Rendi is looking for the flank. As long as Smoke now stays alive and keeps this door smoked, like we've said before.
Oh,
it's tough.
Wow,
Pengu prones in, takes his head clean off. Now we see Peak peeking that doorway and also going down. Torek done it once before, was
diffusers
sprayed out by Sight. Diffusers coming inside. QB does flank and take down Rendi.
Don't let that plan.
He has to. He can't see it right now. The plant is going to go down. QB's coming around behind. Drops down. Goes to the plant and misses him. Gets the next kill though onto Tornado. Inside they come. Where are you going,
don't know where
QB? He's looking for the long rotate. But there's another trapdoor here. And if you go too close to this diffuser, Torek will die for it. QB gets caught on the flank. Sai now back to being above the diffuser, holding a very, very tight angle. But Pengu just goes straight for it, takes Torek out. It started to look really good for fLAM3RS with QB's flank there, but fell apart again.
I like the delay with the smoke as well, just not long enough.
Nope. It could have been longer, but unfortunately for them, Pengu with a very aggressive prone peek.
I wonder if he
takes Smoke's head off.
I wonder if he delayed the smokes just a bit longer, you know, between each throw.
Maybe yeah, maybe if he'd thrown that smoke while the other smoke was still in place, he could have just chained them better.
Exactly, yeah. Good attempt.
So, Penta. Switching it up, of course, now that they cannot defend that basement again. Going up to the executive lounge and the CEO office.
As we expected.
On the top floor, yes, as you suspected. Using a slightly different set of operators, bringing Bandit in here instead of the Pulse. Arguably necessary because of how big this top floor can be and how much speed you need for the rotation. So you still need that one mobility like Pulse is, but the looking through walls ability for Pulse, not quite so powerful. It is all the more spread out along corridors.
10 seconds remaining.
No Glads on the attack here for Flamers, but they are bringing a Bandit. Drone spit out across the map, giving them coverage of...
oh yeah, they've blitz.
Yep, anyone there may be, but yes, they're bringing the blitz, they're bringing the shield instead.
Have we seen a blitz on here? As a top bot?
I don't think so. To be fair, it doesn't surprise me. I'm not entirely sure what you think he's going to achieve in this top bomb site with blitz. We just mentioned how
kind of
open and spread
what
out it is.
Yeah. Maybe he's going to look for some roamers. I'm really not sure.
Maybe, but I don't know. We'll have to watch and see.
Yeah.
They're into their first 30 seconds, and PENTA are still swarming all over the map. To be fair, you see that Smoke and Jaeger still underneath them. Bandit and Jaeger are now coming back upstairs a little way and are on the same floor here as this blitz. Smoke is going to hear him now sprinting around here because he's right at the bottom of the stairs as Rendier takes down QB. Very aggressive 3-roamer play here from Bandit, picking up the first casualty of the round.
Device is going dark.
Peak looking to make his way in towards Garage. Torok is on the top floor and Boros is droning with him. Elation is still trying to drone for himself, or he doesn't feel safe and has to go back upstairs and join his team. Sight down towards the basement, still just checking to see if anyone is around this location. Does just miss Peak's drone coming his way. Crip in the office, holding an angle across the front of the elevators, waiting and checking the cameras, make sure his back is covered. Boros is starting to blow open the executive office wall. Opens it up, Peek's around, but Tengu shuts him down. Peak finds Sai down in the basement, so it's a good kill for Flamers, but ultimately nothing to really affect their game, and then Peak will lose his life to Crip, who is still upstairs. Torok with the diffuser, trying to put some pressure into the room. He knows Pengu is in here, he just saw his teammate get killed by him, and now he suspects someone's coming behind him, and he would be right. Rendier is doing it, now Pengu peeks, and that's going to be the peek from Rendier as well. Doesn't land the kill, but tags it. Can he survive a little bit longer? Hides behind the pillar. Torok's going to take the firefight with him. His teammate's gone down. Tornado Tobin takes down Elation. It's all here on Torok. He's pinned in between two.
Yeah.
And Rendier takes him out as he turns his back.
It was a nice idea to bait the Bandit up, but the Bandit knew, and he used the column to his advantage there.
Yeah.
Very nice defense. Using that.
PENTA then taking round number 3 with a 3 roaming strategy here on Bank. Ultimately, every time Flamers thought they were safe from one angle, there was another person there, or there was another person in the angle.
PENTA are doing very, very well with that.
So
they're watching each other's back. If one of them goes down, another's there to pick it up.
Flamers back down into the basement then for their second attempt at defending here. Bringing out the Frost instead of the Doc, but the other 3 are staying the same. Jaeger, Bandit and Smoke are here, and of course the Rook, as always, staple of this lineup.
Extra defense.
As PENTA are within 1 round of match point.
Kind of what we were expecting, sad to say, but PENTA are all very, very strong, and dat Flamers haven't really got on the board yet, so kind of what you do expect. You always want, you know, the underdog to win. But yeah, it's a tall order, innit?
PENTA are just that little bit too quick at the moment.
I wouldn't say dat Flamers playing bad though.
No. They're still a pro league team. Like, they still beat a lot of people out to qualify for it.
Yeah.
They're still a good team. PENTA, however, just have that superior communication and aim right now. It's like as soon as someone goes down, they will be pouncing on the people that killed them while they're mid-reload, shutting them down and running away again. Or at the very least, they will be catching them by surprise by being the mobile ones when they're on defense. Like that first kill there, the MP7 on Bandit sprinting up top of the stairs, killing QB off just because he was being incredibly fast, incredibly mobile, and was getting information fed to him from his team, from the cameras, and from the other roomers. Like, not here, not here, not here. So, all right, educate guess, probably going to be one here. Sprint in, sees him, kills him, sprints in, runs away. Like,
Yeah.
just superior speed and map communication right
It's
now.
the positioning as well. Like everyone's positioned in certain places so they can do them plays.
Yeah, so they're getting as much information as they can.
Yeah.
Here comes the attack from Penta, though. They're already inside the open office area, starting to make some holes in the floor again. Once they got that plant down last time, they were defending it from up top from very, very strong positions over the top of these trapdoors. Very possible for that to happen again. Pengu clearing out the frost traps in this stairwell, as Frost herself is not there anymore after being
Servers, yeah.
shot a couple of times and scared back. Held that angle before, but then just sprinted straight at the target. I know she had seen Twitch in there and then saw Twitch move away, so sprinted to try and shoot Twitch in the back, but there was a second man there. So it's always a risk. Trophy systems blocking the first couple of grenades coming in. Crip in the lane lobby. Here comes Pengu and Rendir. Pengu and Tornado Boy to finally push down the stairs with the diffuser. They've got everything set up upstairs to cover it again as they wish. Now they want to actually hold it.
I think they just spotted Frost as well.
Yeah,
there
drones
with
down, spots
yeah.
Frost. Now they're going to try and take her out from behind these stage. She
Wow.
gets droned
Oh
again.
my God. Where was she looking?
Look at the tunnel. She expected someone to come through the tunnel. The problem with getting droned out.
Frost should not be going down that fast.
No. A minute left on the clock and they've got the wall blown open again. Here we go. Sai holding the diffuser, looking to come on in. Torok's holding an angle, but is down now from the roof again. As he sticks his head through the hole in the wall, he's shot down. He is just down and not out. But right now they're having an issue getting him up. Sai trying to edge his way into the bomb site, but the smokes are now coming out. QB peeks around the corner, has also been down. Now Peak is looking to try and avenge him onto the stairs from Crip.
Oh.
Peak sprints up, gets taken out by the very aggressive push from Crip. He now comes on down, he's going to go inside, find the revive happening. Takes down one, takes down QB. It's all on Elation.
Yeah.
He was delaying them with the smoke, but now has to reposition. Thanks to Crip getting down and around behind him. The plant is going to go down free of charge. Crip is here holding, waiting for Elation to show up. Sees him, does go for reaction, just gets tagged, not killed. Elation not going to peek, he's going inside the B bomb. Has been heard, and there he goes. Crip sticks his gun up his nose and pulls the trigger. Round number 4 goes to Penta. Clean and clinical. Every time they saw someone swarmed it. Someone swarmed it.
Looking very, very strong.
Nothing that Flamers really seemed to be able to do. As soon as their positions were given up, they were being shot and they were downed. And Penta are on to match point.
Yep.
Map point, rather.
Yeah, map point.
As we still have Clubhouse to come as our second map of this matchup.
And Clubhouse was picked by Flamers. So
Yeah, that's true. This is Penta's
you
map.
never know. Could be
And
5-0
they have
the other way.
a little bit more communication and movement advantages in Clubhouse, but right now Penta are showing a sheer mastery of this map.
Yeah. Good to see as well, because it is their map.
Do not expect to see them let up here at all, though. Of course, remember, any draws in points at the end of the season will be decided by round win-loss. So winning 5-0 becomes all the more valuable.
Yeah, that's very true.
No reason to start messing around now. They're going back down into the basement. They've got that pulse on defense again. Let's see if he holds the server. The thing that Penta did differently here to hold the server is one, they reinforced this. This was never reinforced by Flamers. They also put 2 people in that server room area, so they couldn't just be rushed down
They
by
had
3 people.
pulse in there, didn't they? So he can tell when
They had
people are
pulse
actually pushing and where they're pushing from.
I believe, yeah, smoke. They have pulse and smoke in there.
And
So they have one person to watch the tunnel and one person to watch the
Exactly.
stairs, whereas Flamers just had one person to watch both. And funnily enough, she got shot in the back from the one she
Exactly, that's
wasn't
what I was going to say, yeah. She was looking the complete wrong way. If she had a pulse, she wouldn't have done that.
watching. So,
It just makes sense.
Crip, the only roamer upstairs, then everyone else staying down near to the bombs. He's just holding the angle, looking for QB. The drones are coming in. Tark on the top floor. Bora's still looking to come in from outside. Peak droning in and through from the lobby where he stands.
Going live.
Elation is starting to come in from the backside as Crip gets droned out by QB. Elation still coming in, looking for Crip here now in the open office area, but Crip has turned and ran already, getting down in towards the basement, straight from the stairwell. No reason to risk staying around upstairs if you've been droned out. 2 minutes on the clock, a minute already gone.
Drones activated.
PENTA have given up complete control of the rest of the map, but question is, will Flamers know this and do they trust this? How will they use this information? Seems that right now they are spreading out. They are taking control of most all of everything up here, but they're not using it to actually get down towards and attack the basement yet. Thermite is needed to do a lot of trapdoor damage. India in one, Sai in the stairwell. Sai feels aggressive. He can peek straight up the top of the stairs. He may be able to get the kill onto Thermite. That would be huge.
I think it's so.
He sees one shoulder.
Oh, that's a diffuser. You don't want to drop that there.
Boros hides at the wrong second. Peek does go down, gets around the corner.
Oh.
Turret comes in.
Oh, nice.
Does get the down onto
nice.
Sai. Will finish Sai off, but he got the smoke off in time to finish off that downed Ash, so he does end up trading out.
Good push, though.
And more importantly for Flamers, he didn't get the Thermite. That could have been huge.
Yeah.
Torek with that aggressive sprint forward, actually working out for them this time. Checks the rest of the room. Rendir was ready for him.
Yeah.
And Pengu comes out behind as Boros tries to trade out Rendir. Pengu is there to shut him down as well. That's the communication here from Penta. As soon as one person's down, someone else is collapsing in on the location to try and help out. Now, Twitch is underneath, looking for Rendir in here too, and Penga's back again as he gets the call. Does get the headshot, but he is downed, and Rendir will, in a second, finish it.
Sure.
QB then, last attacking player left up, has 3 people
And there
behind.
it is.
And sprints straight into Cripswell
Wow.
says to end the first half.
Very, very strong. Whenever they were pushing from one direction, there were more than one of them watching it as well.
Yeah. Penta, as soon as you call out there's someone there, someone else was there to back you up, give you a crossfire.
And we saw as well, like even when Flamers did take down one of Penta, the other person got him.
Yeah, exactly. So like, there was always someone close by. The Flamer, in return, while there were people close, the reactions from their teammates when that guy died was either too slow, allow Penta to dig back in again and get ready for them, or there was no reaction at all, or these players were not even close together. They were just spread out.
They were
trying
really
to
spread
like,
out, yeah.
They got the right idea. It's like they want to get control of the top 2 floors first, but they need to do it fast. So it's like, all right, we need to do it quick. How do we do it quick? Well, we'll all spread out and cover a different part of the map. As a result, yes, you cover that floor quickly, but if there is a roamer up there, which often there was, they would be 1v1ing and Penta would just winning all the 1v1s.
Yeah.
So
it was just a masterclass, wasn't it?
it was. Penta playing beautifully, to say the least.
Yeah.
They are just having a quick bio break, but we are setting up the next map, Clubhouse, as number 2.
And
It's a map which, we mentioned the basement before, is very powerful, can be easily defended by most squads, but as soon as you get out of that basement, it's a map where I feel Penta's teamwork that you're seeing here in these highlights from this game will just shine through again.
It'll be interesting to see what dat fLAM3RS can do to say it is their map. It'll be interesting to see if they have any kind of new strategies, new tactics. See if they keep close together.
As I said, yeah, hopefully they stick a bit close together, they can trade out. But as I say, the teamwork, because of how spread and open some sections of the map are when you're outside that basement, or even when you're inside that basement, you're like having the ease of backup as it is, having someone else on your attacking team back you up and pick off a defender, or even having someone else on the defending team back you up and pick off the attacker that is funneling you, is another very, very easy, quick rotate for them. It's not like, oh, I'm like here. Pengu is like, okay.
2 of them, look.
Yeah, I'm coming in, and actually Pengu exposes himself a bit riskily to make that happen.
Yeah, exactly.
There are far safer ways to do that on Clubhouse. And it's not so, like if they did have one person come from tunnel there, and they had one person come from the stairs, just to get himself into that position, Pengu would have exposed himself to the tunnel and could have been shot at.
That's true, yeah.
It's
all about thinking about, you don't want to just push one side, especially if you're attacking someone like Penta, because they're going to be ready for that one side with 2 different angles.
Yeah, so, we are beginning map number 2. Penta starting as attack. Flamers here will be the defending squad.
And their map.
And yes, we will see how this unfolds. Actually getting the team saying that Penta were not ready. I got duped. But we'll see whether that is huge of an issue in a moment, or if he's going to get back in time to pick his operator. Yes, they are ready. It's fine. They're all back. I saw the one player said he was going to the toilet. We said that.
All right.
I then got a yes from production to say we can go. I thought that just meant I had missed his one back message. Never mind. But he is there. So, minor apologies to Penta, but never mind. They are here. They're good to go. They have picked all their operators for their opening attack round. So, Flamers here on defense, picking themselves a pulse this time over instead of a bandit, which is ultimately kind of non-surprising, to be fair, considering the power pulse can give you when defending underneath the kitchen.
That is one place, definitely.
C4ing through the trapdoor.
Yep.
If you've got a heartbeat sensor in the right place, or even a couple of other positions. The floor is still pretty malleable on this map.
It was just a nice roamer, you know.
And he's got a nice weapon if people are practiced and want to use it.
10 seconds left.
I wonder if we'll see any crazy Frost players now that the shotgun's been nerfed.
What do you mean crazy?
Well, the Frost players, the 4-mans, 3-mans with Frost.
Attackers have
with the
recovered their
shotgun.
diffuser.
I wonder if
I
we'll
think
see
we
that
still
in
will.
the game.
It will just be on different parts of different maps. It's going to have to be on
Just
closer,
closer.
more,
Yeah.
closer, more confined areas. Where yes, it doesn't matter that her range has been nerfed. And she's still.
I think the shotgun is still very viable.
Oh yes, it's still a very, very powerful shotgun. It's still just the same level now as like Pulse's auto shotgun. But yes, it's by no means. It's just now it's not over the top. So, first 35 seconds are gone. Flamers feel comfortable with their defense setup. Grip is journeying through the bar. Size inside, really doesn't like that jukebox. And he's got Ash there to support him. Pengu waiting here at the tunnel entrance. It is now going to be blown by thermite for him, so he's just going to wait and be very slow. Because having through that tunnel on your own is damn near suicide. But when you do it, as your team pushes everywhere else for you, it can be devastating to the defending team.
And we've seen that.
Oh, Crip, he sees exactly where Doc is.
Ooh.
He tried to get the aggressive, borderline cocky
Yeah, he was feeling very
drop
cocky.
kill,
Very confident, should I say.
but did not aim high enough. Elation takes a little bit of damage, but ultimately
Attackers drop the
will not
diffuser.
fall. And now, without that Thresher coming from the utility tunnel, it means Pengu has to get out of this tunnel as well. So not the best start for Penta. Down a player, and their game plan kind of falls apart a little bit. But now, Tornado Toby comes down to the tunnel. We'll see
lovely.
Peak coming around the corner. All you have to do now is hide Peak.
Ooh.
Ooh, prones his way out and takes off Tornado Toby's head. Pengu now making the third attempt at the tunnel.
Oh, takes it.
He will finally take down Peak, but is it too little too late? Elation stands up.
Just saw his foot.
Yeah, gets sprayed at, so immediately comes off of it again. Minute on the clock, diffuser is down in the tunnel. Sai is still droning in. Pengu is still holding the tunnel, and Rendier is now pushing down the main staircase. EMP down and off. Rendier back up top now. Making some more holes in this corridor, making some more potential kill holes through the floor. Thinking about dropping into the bar. QB
Wow.
cannot be seen, I think, because of the smoke. The smoke, they're just about saving him. Wasn't
Oh,
obvious
really
enough.
risky.
Is there
Why are they
elation?
peeking?
Yeah, why would you peek there?
I don't know.
I get that he pre-fired
stop
around the
peeking
corner,
it.
he gave it a shot, but it didn't work out for him. Then Rendier did drop down through the hole and managed to get one kill while it happened. Boros trades it out for him, and now we're back to a 2v2. All because Elation, for some reason, wanted to come into this hallway that he didn't need to.
15 seconds left.
Not bad place for the Frost.
15
though.
seconds, here
This
they
is gonna
come.
be nice
QB's
happening
around the
here.
corner, will miss his
There it
first
is.
shots, but gets the second one. Pengu now very low health, is the last man standing. The shotgun is right next to him,
Nice.
and Boros will shut him down. First round goes to Flamers with a much better start to map number 2.
Good. This is their map, so it's nice to see that.
Yes.
Nice defense. Let's see how their attack is.
So, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but will admit there are a lot of plays there from Penta were overly aggressive.
Yeah.
3 people dropping into that utility tunnel at the same time,
Yeah.
with all being shot by the same guy.
I think
a little bit unnecessary.
I can say one of them was definitely really cocky. The one where he saw him, he's like, right, I'm just going to jump down and then
Yep.
shoot at that place.
First one was definitely over the top.
Yeah.
Second one arguably could be as well.
I think
Because why not wait for Pengu, who was coming your way, to blow the trapdoor that was above
yeah,
that location
yeah, exactly.
and put a
And
switch.
if you are pushing down and you are feeling very confident, just wait for the person from the back to
Yep.
cause a bit of distraction as well.
But Flamers are not free of blame either. Elation needlessly poking his
that
head
was,
down the tunnel again as well.
Lost a dock like really easily.
But they still run the round, so they can't be so upset.
messing up, aren't they?
Penta's chance to defend this location. Very similar operator choices. Let's see how they choose to use it.
I think it's the exact same. Correct.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
So, yeah. Barricading up a bunch of different walls. Has got his pulse location, and well, we'll see where he chooses to stand it. Because we've seen a couple of different options. As we mentioned, the C4 under kitchen can be powerful, but the C4 under bar trapdoor can also work very nicely.
I am thinking that it's quite good for Pulse to be in this room because he can also see people pushing behind. So not only can he throw the C4 up towards kitchen, he can see people who are pushing behind as well. So I used to think it's probably good this guy roaming around, but now I'm starting to think it's quite good him being in this room. It's quite important.
Yep. And it does appear Penta thinks the same. Rendier now just sitting here.
Season.
Sees Torok on that spot now, knows that he isn't moving. Torok there, of course, just standing there adjourning. QB inside already, getting quite aggressive in and around the bar location. The rest of Flamers are here and around with him, but still journeying a couple of floors up top, making sure they're safe and making sure they are truly free to do what they wish on these other floors. And they are. Everyone from Penta is actually downstairs. Torok is heading down the main staircase with some drones in tow to be his eyes.
Yep.
Twitch drone does tag Frost. Crip spots it and falls back. C4 comes straight up through the hole, takes down QB, and Peak is incredibly low afterwards as well.
Decking low.
Boras will respond though by killing Crip, so it is a trade 1-for-1, but the damage that's been done to Peak is also devastating. He's going to have to be very careful everywhere he goes now, and an already squishy Ash could be horrible for him. Smoke and Pengu both in position to cover that tunnel if the call comes out, there's someone in there. Rendier still checking that trapdoor underneath kitchen. With a minute on the clock, Tornado Boat. Toby still holding the church location very, very tight. Boras picks up the diffuser then. Torok and Peak coming down the stairs. They did down Peak and get him back up again for the extra health bonus. Now two of them coming down the stairwell. Elation drops into the utility tunnel. We'll have to start pressuring onto here at the moment. Sai now knows exactly where he is. Pengu does as well. And they are starting to use the smokes to lock that tunnel off while they focus on the attack coming from elsewhere.
I wonder if he will cause a distraction.
He definitely was. Whether it's going to work, we'll find out. Pete gets tagged, so he's now droning into the room. Sees where Rendier is. Sees where Pengu is. He's now looking to move in. Sprint straight in. Sprints across the next way. Oh, nice hit on the Pengu. Oh, brilliant shot onto Rendier. Very aggressive play here from Peak. Sino takes down the push
and he takes
from Elation in the tunnel, but Peak will put him down as well anyway. Tornado Toby stands up, walks straight into his crosshairs, and Peak with a very quick 4K.
I was gonna say that Ash hole that he created. I wonder what they're gonna do with that. Well, I think I just saw. It caught him completely off guard. They were focusing on the tunnel.
The shot onto Pengu as soon as he came into that room was beautiful and really caught Penta by surprise. Nice. Rendier was expecting Pengu to have a much better time, or at least win some, or get him some more time. They just
didn't expect it from that side, did they?
No. Then Rendier got his head blown clean off as well by Ash, who was still on the warpath.
That's interesting. And
as we mentioned, as soon as Penta had to reposition further than their original plan, those players just couldn't quite pull it off. Doc coming so far was not how we planned. Sai was also not in a good position for that. They had their other two players there, and that should have been enough. But Flamers did Peak did really, really well to kill both of them off.
I have to wonder, is that a set play? Someone pushes tunnel, next noise, distracts them.
Oh yeah, the timing of their push together was definitely planned, 100%. That was really nicely done to have...
Because it just sprayed randomly, didn't it?
To have Twitch push down the tunnel as Ash gets in behind means that, at the very least, Pengu, if he hadn't died so fast, would have been forced to focus between one or the other.
Yeah.
And as it was, then Sai was sandwiched. He got one kill, but because he was reloading low on ammo and stuff, he then had to focus back on Peak, who could then kill him off because of it. So that was really nice teamwork from them.
They had no idea.
Pair of Flamers, yeah.
5 seconds left.
So as we said, they've gone far. I mean, we usually see them go here, don't we?
Yeah, second bomb site makes a lot of sense here.
Attackers are heading out.
They are set up with a solid defense for it. Rarely see people using that window that Smoke is standing right by it because of its easily accessible crossfire from here, from the doorway here to Peak's left. So ultimately, if someone starts spraying through that other window, it's normally a shout out that that's where they are, and the Peak will stand where he is, and bang, there's a kill. It's also a B bomb site preference for everyone that seems to be attacking. And that is all the same for Penta.
Just saw his fault. Oh, he's going to cook it. That's going to get him.
Grenade goes right underneath Peak's feet.
Yep.
Down he goes.
And one more grenade to finish
Oh,
it. Watch out! Don't go there. Wow, did he get him? That could have been massive. That could have been like
huge.
3 people.
2 people ran straight in there to try and get him up. They could have all been downed again by the next grenade. Just about this time though, missed.
Very lucky.
Even
lucky,
luckier for
whichever
Flamers
way
that
you
he
say.
was downed and not outed from the first grenade. It was right at his feet. But they have lost QB in the process. Their dock is down. The attack is coming in from Penta again. Sai now still pushing from the garage, has made a nice big hole in the wall. Crip still droning around above, and Pengu droning around inside the objective room. Rendir outside here with Tornado Toby. As they are looking to put pressures on from the kennel spawn.
Breach charge ready.
When he was just spraying there, it looked like that Flamers wanted to peek him again. It seems like that's a bit of a weakness. Curiosity.
They like sticking their head into bullets.
But you could see it was like just moving
And there
closer
we
and
go.
closer. Yeah,
Turret taken clean down by Tornado Toby. In another location where Torek did need to poke his head. Borrow's forced to move. Does manage to fall down through the floor.
Yes.
Peak will take down Rendir as the first kill for Flamers. But Tornado Toby finishes Borrow's off after following down through that trapdoor. Peak though is up top. Now he's going to see Sai. Oh, misses the shot. That is horrible for him. But does get Tornado Toby coming up the ladder. Elation now gets Pengu. And Sai, oh, I was going to say, survives from it, but he doesn't. Crip comes in and takes Elation out.
Hold to Bandit.
Peak managed to get out of the garage and away from Sai, but now he's kind of pinned in a not so wonderful position. As Crip starts thinking about the defuse. Goes for a real one this time over. Peak still up top. Looking for someone. Someone there. Diffuser is there. Oh, he's going to land on Crip's head. Crip gets the better aim on the falling player. The 4 times, or the 2.5 times zoom here on the ACOG, I think, caught him by surprise.
Wow.
Couldn't track it so well.
Completely ready for him.
1x hollow sight. Yeah, he heard the footsteps. As soon as he heard him sprinting, he's like, where the hell are you sprinting out here? It must be up top. Takes him down, and Penta get their first round on the board. But again, Flamers by no means made it easy for them.
We're looking at Flamers have very strong attack and defense on the bottom. They've definitely got some nice kind of setups, and they've also, the setups basically, the set players.
So,
Attackers need
here
to locate and
comes
defuse as many bombs as they can.
attack number 2 from Flamers. First one was a one-man effort, to be completely honest. They did peek him from different angles, they did support him, but
he did get
Peak with those 4 very quick kills.
That is true.
Sealed the round.
But it was the open hole what
Chance of
created
him
the
doing,
opportunity.
but it was him that made the hole.
That is true as well.
The chance of him doing again are low, but it is possible. And now, of course, they are heading into the basement again, exactly the same location
10 seconds to go.
as they are following
5
it.
seconds remaining.
Penta with their setup again, keeping most players down onto the bottom floor,
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb.
not spreading too much around the map. Say that as Crip actually goes right to the top of the stairs.
Always good to have one run with it. Maybe use him. So it's going back down.
Yeah, goes down there. He did look for that first window open to see if there was anyone doing anything silly that would have given him a quick, easy kill, but it's not worth the risk of staying too long, and he will come back down. Minute on the clock already, and Flamers finally realizing that the top floor is completely clear. Now they can start pressuring underneath again. They did it pretty quickly, and they've used their time well to make this happen. Peak trying to use that tiny angle from the pool table inside the bar. Now Drone down there instead, and is checking underneath all that rubble for a frost trap. We know there isn't one because there isn't a Frost on the team, but he is now confident of that as well. That wall that he used to get in there last time has now been reinforced, so no, he is doing exactly the same play again.
We're going to fool him again.
Fool me once, shame on. And doesn't seem to have communicated that it was empty to Torok, who was spraying into the puddle of rubble instead. Taking a little bit of information away. Crip spraying a hole through from the utility tunnel into the room that holds Peak now. 2 people here in A. The Toxic Babes are in position. And it does begin to hold Flamers back. Elation looking in the main corridor for anyone to stick their head in. No one from Penta is doing it. Torok going right upstairs. Borrows is still in the bar. Smokes are still coming out underneath that trap door where Peak was hiding. QB thinking about coming down to the tunnel. They need to get in there fast if Peak and Elation are going to have any support, because right now they're the only 2 people locked downstairs. There we go. QB's down into the tunnel and is spraying onto Crip. Crip wants to try and focus here onto Elation, but the wall has been reinforced right behind him. Oh, straight inside without checking that corner and that Peak hole goes Elation. And Peak with 3 players here from Fame because will make his way in. Behind the bomb is Sai, but there's a second man in there as well, and he will clean them all up. Tornado, Toby, and Pengu, the 2 players in that bar, pick up the 3 guys coming in.
Wow.
And the round will time out before QB can even get down the corridor to finish it off. Lots of spraying from him up and down that corridor and tagging a couple of people, but ultimately not killing any of them. And even then, the pressure he was putting on did not save his teammates, as all 3 of them charged through the same doorway into a crossfire from 2 players.
And they were in such nice positions, it was quite hard to attack as well.
Yep.
So, not a good idea, really.
Nope. The reinforcements funneled them in there. They had to go with it.
I wonder if seeing that reinforcement where they breached last time kind of threw them off.
I mean, yeah, it definitely forced them to use a different location.
The church.
And they were not so well prepared for that second location. Although, to be fair, the way they worked that first time could have worked here. Like in theory, like if Peak had gone in as he did, sprayed 1, sprayed 2, like that kind of situation is so rare that it's the sort of thing you cannot defend against. So I'm just going to sprint through the ways you're expecting them to come and get those lucky 1-tap headshots.
He was behind.
It's going to happen anyway. Yeah, but this time around, Penta hid better, didn't get 1-tapped with his first headshots, and as a result, shut him down before he could kill any of them.
Yeah, completely. I mean, they were looking at the door.
Yeah,
it weren't even a surprise.
So, Flamers now back onto defense, can go back into the basement again, and are setting up their defensible locations
10 seconds to
as a result.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Laying out the web.
Attackers have recovered their diffusers. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Unrolling razor wire. Going live.
First 10 seconds of the round, and once more, Penta are approaching the building. And again, no one from Flamers is upstairs. This is ultimately a very large basement, and everyone is happy to defend it completely from downstairs on both teams.
Deploying sensor. Drone is ready.
Holding the tunnel through a very small gap is Elation. He's got to land that perfect shot if he's going to get any kills through here.
Laying out.
Attackers
Even if he
dropped the
doesn't
diffuser.
kill, at least he'll get that intel.
Yes, but he is also being
Attackers
droned down.
recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers
As he
have dropped
sits
the
here.
bomb diffuser.
What's that crit didn't roll?
Loading mag.
Crip comes down. They know he's in here, he's been droned as well. So will the firefight happen through this tiny hole, or will Crip staying his head into Elation's crosshairs?
Oh, well, he has to move now.
Yep, that's better. That's what we should have seen round 1 from Penta. You remember when they dropped down and tried to fight the guy 3 times over?
Yep.
Then they know he's in there and they can't fight him.
Drone activated.
Force him to move by blowing that trapdoor.
Yep, very true.
Now Peak has had to go in and sit in a slightly different position, and it is a slightly more exposed one. So let's watch him as Penta seem to be putting all their force this direction.
Ooh, yeah, that's that peak they love doing.
Yeah, Peak sticks his head around the corner. Jordan's been behind though, so they knew he was coming. Pengu takes down Elation as he sticks his head around, but
Oh,
now
gets
Peak
him.
will go around and take down Pengu because Pengu's support, Sledge player, Crip, had gone back around the corner to reload. Sai now up top. He's just about going to see Peak's feet. Peak sticks it out, takes a huge amount of damage and has to turn tail and run.
It looked like he knew or had a feeling you were up there as well, so wow, just ran and just killed that guy, nice.
Very, very aggressive play from Peak
Yeah,
so far this game, and today it is working. But it's the sort of thing that does not work all the time. It is keeping his team going, but now he's got to do it all. Crip is taking out Boros, and Peak, with no health whatsoever, has to find 2 kills. He knows one's down this corridor as that camera was just killed right in front of him. Sai is there,
And it takes him, nice.
and Peak cannot
I
land
mean,
a
he
kill.
would have had to do a 4-man to kill both of them because he just killed 2, so it would have been another 4-man win. Tall order, man.
Yeah, it would have been huge. Ultimately, the teamwork we started to see from Peak isn't quite standing the test of time.
No, is
They
doing
are trying to do these pushes at the same time, same place, but ultimately they're just mistimed enough where Penta can kill one and then swivel and kill the next.
Well, it kind of looks like he's doing rush tactics where you
Yeah.
rush where they don't expect it and hope they don't expect
I mean,
it.
yeah, that's
and
the whole point of like the 2-man thing. So it's not just straight rush; it's the fact that 2 people are coming at you and you can only choose one of them. That's what they're trying to do, but it's not working when the 2 of them do it because they aren't lined up well enough that it's timed enough. He is getting away from it on his own by pure shock and awe, and it's working out for him.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be, but it is. But then everyone else is left player down because now he's in a position that's stuck on the other side of a bunch of bad guys and he cannot help them with their pushes, and then they have to push solo and then they're dying, and then he's left on his own and it's not working.
Yeah, it's too reliant on the other person making a mistake and not being ready for it than just not being in a good position where you're at the advantage.
Yeah. And it is very much solo playing strategy.
Yeah, it is definitely.
Not team.
No.
So yes, his score is nice and big because of it. It's there. But his team has just lost 3 rounds on the trot, and they have no clear sign of turning this back unless this round changes that. They are on attack now. 20 seconds already gone. Coming towards the bar. Elation has picked the fuse and is going to go in upstairs.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
Can use that for displacement within the bar if he puts it in the right spot. But QB has already been taken out. Sledge is down. Elation, it's not even inside yet.
Drones up and running. It's about to get hot.
You don't want to lose the fuse. The fuse can really scatter them if you get some...
Well, this is the other thing, though. We mentioned how the bar grenades are not so wonderful because it's so easy to spread out and avoid grenades in the bar. Yes,
Still
there's a
causes
lot of
chaos,
them
though.
from fuses, but yes, it's still very unlikely to get kills on its own. And you need to have teammates in position to then
they see him?
benefit from. No, he didn't.
You didn't see him? Oh.
You need to have teammates in position to benefit from the chaos that that fuse charge causes.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see where the rest of his team are when he chooses
Is he
to
going to
place
go back?
it.
No, he didn't see him.
No,
So,
didn't see him.
wow.
Peak's going in
This
here
is-
now, though.
oh.
Peak will check underneath it and still
Still
not
got it.
win the kill. Down goes Peak. Penta, with half health Crip on the top floor, is still trying to hold them up here. Now Elation realizes his mistake. Now Elation is already half health. No, it's just a bug, sorry. He's still at full health. But he cannot safely plant these charges with Crip in this room. Crip gets droned out, turns to kill the drone, now turns back.
He tried to distract
Yeah,
him.
tried to distract him with the drone, but it wasn't enough. Crip kills him,
Penta
finds
too
it
good
safe,
for that, man.
gets straight back down again.
Penta are too good for that. They know what's going to happen. They know you're doing that.
I was going to say 2 members left then, 4 flamers, only the 1. Does get 1 kill, 1 to Pengu. Now checks behind him. Goes back in through the bar section. He's got to pick up the diffuser. Knows he has to sprint across this gap. Crip's coming from the stairs. Spray just misses him. He stands up and that's going to expose his head to the other team from the rest of the bar.
Wow.
And
Attackers neutralized.
Tornado Toby takes it off for him. 4 rounds to 2. Penta definitely seemed a little bit shaken to begin with and weren't quite ready for how Flamers were
Intel.
going to play this round.
Yeah.
But they have definitely got them figured out now. And then with like things like that happening upstairs, if you're going to drone a room, drone it properly, check everywhere. Peak should know exactly where Jaeger was, shouldn't have lost the firefight, and then Elation really shouldn't have died to him as a second person. Like,
No.
him getting those 2 kills is catastrophic.
I think a lot of them are trying the shock tactic of just running at them, not and you know them not expecting them rushing that quick. It seems that way. Like when we're seeing a lot of them, when we're seeing a lot of dat flamers, whenever they're dying, or when they're just going for the kill, it's usually them running towards them. Like even when they're dying, they're running away somewhere to try and run somewhere else.
Maybe, yeah. They're also all dying solo again there. We saw the first, other than those two people that, I mean, technically still died solo, just 1v1, both at the same time.
They were quite close, but
they
yeah,
were close
they
together,
close
but yeah,
enough.
they were both took 1v1 fights, both to solo. Everyone else was just weird, different parts of the map, taking fights alone and dying 1v1 again. There's still no real coordinated pushes going on here from Flamers.
The tactics definitely aren't as high level as Penta. I mean, it's just, you can see it.
5 seconds to go.
It is a lot more kind of...
Penta feel like a team, Flamers still feel like 5 individual players.
Yeah.
Attackers recover the
So.
diffuser. Attackers must
Still,
locate
you know,
and defuse a bomb.
can learn a lot from this. They did take 2 rounds as well. I probably could do that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Something to be learned from every game, no matter how good you are. Can Penta end it here though? They'll take 3 points if they win this round. They are on map point and ultimately match point, having won the first map 5 rounds to 0.
Yeah.
Currently being ahead here 4 rounds to 2. Checking every little nook and cranny here in the garage and settings, drawing up for more protection before going in. Side's going to come in from the strip club, taking a largely spread route, but will ultimately clear this top 4 very, very quickly because of it. Rendier is already in the bar, so Thermite will open up the trapdoor here, knowing it is safe. Rendier has made sure of that. And everyone from Flamers is once again downstairs, holding very small, very tight angles, but just waiting for the inevitable push to come to Penta. Both Thermite charges then being used, 2 key trapdoors opened up, and they will use them to put a lot of pressure in. Once again, they're sending players down the garage tunnels to put pressure from this direction. They've got players in the bar and will be dropping through the bar tunnels to drop pressure on that direction. And Pengu opens up the kills onto Elation, takes down Doc.
Ooh.
Nice kill there though as well from Pengu as QB once more peeks exactly the same tunnel, exactly the same hole that he's just had a teammate die through.
Yeah, very risky.
As we mentioned before, risky play and never really working for them.
Nope.
Borozo does go aggressive with his peaks, but he's got a shotgun and it works out for him. Tornado Toby does drop down here at the bottom of the bar drop down. Peak very low is still being droned out. Torok has also been spotted. Now they know everyone from Flamers is inside that objective room, and that gives them control here of B. Sight takes down the peak as he tries to sprint across. Will also take down Torok inside the church. And now Boros is the last man standing. He's grabbed a second kill. He's already low health, but there's 3 people to find. One of them's got the diffuser, and I'm sure it will be planted any second. Yeah, it's going down right now. Grip firing through the hole towards one doorway. He's got a grenade as well to be sure. Pengu now back off the diffuser as a 3rd gun for him to worry about. And Boros, all to do. Used up 10 seconds of his defuse time already. Goes straight through the hole.
And
Crip finds him, hears him, drops him. Boros goes down. GG, well played.
GG.
Penta, 2 maps, no response. 5 rounds to nothing, 5 rounds to 2. dat fLAM3RS still looking for that first win.
Yeah,